Years ago, I used to be shy, anxious, hating myself, and I used to fade into the background to the point no one cared about me. I was on my own. I didn't like myself. I'd look in the mirror with anger, frustration, and just not feeling good enough to the point I looked at myself as terrible and couldn't even break out of that and was never truly treated how I wanted to be treated. And I just want to go through some tips for you guys to actually start standing out from the pack, because my life is completely different now in regards to everyday life. When I go places, when I'm just doing everyday things, my life's completely different in regards to how I get treated by people. It's pretty much respectful all the time, which is such a beautiful thing. People treat me with respect and I treat them with respect, of course. And when you start standing out from the average people, you start absolutely changing your life, whether that's relationships, whether that's friendships, whether that's just how you view yourself and how you look at yourself. You start changing your life. The first thing I will say is have humility. Look at yourself honestly. Look at yourself in the mirror honestly and tell yourself, am I good enough? Do I look like someone who will stand out? Do I look like someone who deserves people to look at them? Do I hold myself as someone who stands out from the average person, from normal people? Because a lot of guys don't have the humility to look in the mirror and tell themselves they're not good enough. A lot of guys don't have that because it hurts their feelings, it hurts their ego, and a lot of people have inflated egos nowadays, which is not a good thing, obviously, because it's delusion and it slowly breaks you over time. But look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, am I good enough? Am I doing this thing right? Am I working towards my goals? Am I working towards building a better physique? Am I working towards all these different areas that improve your life, that benefit your life? Am I learning all these areas that improve your life? Are you working towards them areas? Because the chances are a lot of people aren't. In regards to me, before I wasn't. So it's obvious why you didn't hold yourself in a certain way where you like yourself, especially when you're letting things slip. Are you eating as a shit? Are you not taking care of yourself? Are you watching loads of porn? These are the things that you got to keep in mind, really, because you're going to subconsciously hoard yourself in that light if you're not careful. A lot of people hoard themselves in that light and they don't realize it's because they're self-sabotaging themselves. They're not truly helping themselves in any way. They're not truly benefiting themselves, and they look at other people and think they're lucky, or he's this height, or he's got this amount of money, or he's this tall, or he's got this much muscle, or he's got all these benefits, or he's got this face shape that attracts every single woman. When in reality, he's just not making any excuses. He's just benefiting himself, helping himself. Granted, there is some occasions where luck comes into it, but he's just pushing himself forward and helping himself and benefit himself in the right areas. And he's not making any excuses like a lot of guys do. Be honest with yourself. The next thing is going to be lose weight. A lot of guys really neglect the importance of losing weight and how you actually perceive yourself when you lose weight and how people treat you when you lose weight. You get treated as such a different person when you lose weight, and my life is 100% apparent of that. When I was fat, I used to get treated shit. I literally used to get treated shit by people. I would get overlooked. People wouldn't do stuff for me. People would look at me in a weird light. People wouldn't help me as much. People wouldn't be attracted to me. When I got in shape, it absolutely changed everything on my perception for people, whether that's women, whether that's even friendships. Really, people wanted to be more friendly with me and associate with me more because it looked like I had something going for me in regards to taking care of yourself, getting in shape, and I could help them with that, which is such a beautiful thing. When you get in shape and when you lose some weight, you hold yourself in such a different light and you hold yourself with different confidence, which makes you stand out so much more from other people. You got to bear in mind, how do most people hold themselves? Most guys you see, let's say the average guy, just looks down like this and is just not truly happy with himself. Maybe really bad posture, a bit of a belly, skinny arms. He isn't looking at himself in the light like you're looking at yourself as. So imagine you walk into a room with confidence, feeling good about himself, happy, smiling. You're going to be on a complete different perspective and viewed from a different perspective as that other guy, which is such a beautiful thing. Keep this in mind. You have to lose weight to stand out from the average people. The next thing is body language. You got to hold yourself right. You got to hold yourself in right body language. Hold yourself properly. Hold yourself in a way where you're confident in yourself, where you're actually happy in yourself. Hold yourself with confidence. Speak to people, look in their eyes. Hold yourself with decent posture. My posture is usually quite shit, but I always remind myself to hold it in a better way. Hold yourself like that because you get treated differently based off of that. I'll give you an example. If I'm like this and I'm talking on the video like this, how would you perceive me if I'm looking down like this? You perceive me as weak and not good enough and terrible. And I hold myself in a better way. You view me differently just based off of my posture. It's the exact same person, but you view them differently based off your posture. Keep your body language in perspective. Keep your body language in mind a lot It really makes a difference in every area, whether that's dating and all this stuff. You gotta hold yourself with good body language. You gotta hold yourself in a good way. You gotta hold yourself with respect. Otherwise, you're gonna be perceived as terrible and as like a little kid. Like I used to get perceived because of this stuff. The next thing is how you dress. Too many guys don't put effort in to how they dress. They literally put zero effort in. They don't want to spend money on clothes. They will pull out wacky colours. They wear green shoes with fucking red jeans with a blue top with a fucking purple hat. What do you expect? You're going to be viewed as a clown basically wearing that. You got to hold yourself in certain ways, and I'll give you some tips with dressing well because I've been told I dress well. It's more so because of the shape I'm in, but I'll just keep it simple with colours. For example, I'll wear grey jeans most times and black and white Air Forces, and then I'll wear either a black jumper over the top with a watch like this and just with a chain underneath, and it looks good. It's a good outfit. It's put together decent. I know it looks decent. And let's say on the t-shirt, I'd wear a black fitted t-shirt. Let's say, for example, normally I'd wear like an Armani t-shirt, something like that. Not the ridiculously expensive ones. I've been able to get them cheaper on Amazon. So I wear them ones that were like 25 quid, something like that. And it fits really well and it looks decent and it looks well put together. Or you can wear a white top with that. Fits well, especially when you've got a watch and everything. You wear a black puffer over that, looks decent. There's a lot of areas you can do, but just keep the colours in mind. Don't go too out there with colours unless you know what you're doing, because you might look a bit special if you're wearing some mad colours. And this is what I think. I wear the same colours pretty much every time. It'd be black, grey and white pretty much. Pretty much keep around there. Sometimes I wear different colours for this. Let's say it's a summer or whatever. I'll wear like a light blue or something like that. But for the most part, I'd wear colours like that because I know it matches me and I know it fits well. Make sure you dress decent and make sure your clothes fit well. More importantly, your clothes fitting well makes a massive difference on how you are perceived and how you look at yourself and standing out. Let's say you got the best physique in the world, but you're wearing baggy clothes. How are you going to be perceived? People's not even going to see you. People's not even going to think, oh yeah, he's jacked, or yeah, he's in the gym. When you're wearing fitted clothes, people automatically are drawn to you a bit differently, especially when you've got a bit of muscle. This is what I found. Wear fitted clothes and wear colours that aren't too out there, man. Wear colours that suit you, and match it well. The next thing is speech. Now, some of you are going to say, what do you mean speech? I was out a week and a bit ago with a guy. He was similar height to me. He was quite a good looking guy, but his speech was absolutely terrible, to the point people wouldn't take him seriously when he was speaking. People wouldn't even really listen when he was speaking because he would add stupid shit on the end of it every time. He would add a stupid phrase onto it every single time he spoke. And it's quite hard, especially from the city I live in, to not speak like that because everybody speaks like that. But hold yourself with different speech. Try to speak properly. Try to speak in a way that actually is controlled and proper, and pronounce your words well, because this will help you in every area. This will help you. Let's say you go to a different city. If you're able to speak better than most people, you're going to be in an amazing position in regards to a guy who doesn't put any effort into speech. You got to be able to speak well. And I've been told by people, especially in like the sauna and steam room, that the way I speak is very good. They look at me completely different to other people, and I seem more mature because of the way that I speak. You got to speak in the right way, and you got to hold yourself in the right way. When you speak in a way that isn't childish and you pronounce your words proper, let's say you're young, and a lot of people, when you're young, you say like in it and all these different phrases. You don't get taken as serious. That's what I found. But when you hold yourself in a way that you speak properly, speak quite good, you get treated different. And this is what I found more importantly. Keep speech in mind as well. The next thing is going to be, don't do drugs. Now, this is a mad one because a lot of you might say drugs have helped me, drugs have benefited me, and 100% some people say that. But I've seen a terrible trend, especially in my life, and especially with people who I know in my life, more importantly, more than not, who can't ever get off of drugs, and it spirals down into their life and it hurts them, and then they're getting out of shape, they're not taking care of themselves, their skin's horrible, they don't look at themselves good, and it spirals down negatively in their life to the point they lose discipline and they lose themselves. My advice would be not to try it. If I had any advice, I would say don't try it. And a lot of people agree with me, even people with addictions agree with me with that, and they say they shouldn't have tried it. My advice with stuff like that is do not try it. Some of you are going to say you need to live once, you need to try it once. Imagine you like that so much and you need that high again, you need that high again, you need that high again. So you do it again and you do it again and you do it again. Then that high starts dipping down, you need some stronger shit. So you do something else, you do something else, and it just keeps following that cycle to the point you're addicted to that now, and you're blowing how much money on it each week, each month. don't do it. Most people do it, and that's why a lot of them do not look at themselves in the right light, and they're not in good shape, and they're not holding themselves right, and they're not looking at themselves right. It's because of stuff like that, and it's because they're wasting money on that. Imagine if you save that money as well. Let's say you're spending 200, £300 on drugs. Let's say in a year's time, let's say 200. That's 2,400 that you could have saved up just based off like one habit that you got rid of. You gotta have your mind right with this. Don't do stuff like that. Don't put yourself bad like that, because it doesn't truly help you. This is a random tip, more importantly, but please don't. The next thing is going to be learning. Now, what do you mean by learning? What do I mean by learning? I mean, read books, listen to podcasts about mindset, about improving yourself, about health, about making money, all this stuff. Listen to stuff like that, because that will change your mindset, and that will change how you view yourself and how you look at yourself. That will make you look at yourself different and benefit your life and put you onto a path to improving yourself and bettering yourself. Always keep learning, always keep trying to be better, always keep pushing yourself, always try to help yourself, benefit yourself, push yourself. Always have areas where you're pushing towards, because most people stop learning once they get out of school. How many people do you know who stop learning apart from their job? They stop learning pretty much. Let's say out of uni or whatever. They stop learning and they just do whatever they've been taught. And now, that's not a negative thing if they enjoy their life. But if you want to stand out from other people, you got to know stuff. You got to be switched on. And that helps you be switched on. You got to have information. You got to stand out from the pack. You got to make yourself different. And this will help you in areas of making money, improving yourself, your mindset, how you view yourself, how you hold yourself. This will help you in all them areas. If you lot got a lot of value, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.